Hello and welcome to another episode of the Expertly German podcast, the podcast to learn German. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode des Expertly German Podcast. Das Sprichwort der Woche, the saying of the week, ist: Eine Hand wäscht die andere. One hand washes the other. That's pretty much exactly what it means. Yeah. So if I help you, then you help me eventually. And the German saying is: Eine Hand wäscht die andere. Literally, one hand washes the other. Before we continue with the episode, just a little reminder, you can find the transcript of the podcast in the show notes below. Also, I just launched a 10-week program that teaches you German. There are two programs available, one for A1 levels and one for A2 to B1 level. And the good thing about this program is that I will send you material, videos, homework, and quizzes throughout the week when you join the program. And then in the weekly group session, we will discuss the topic that I've sent you per email. So this is a great way to learn by yourself and also to learn it with others and with me and practice speaking, but also learning the grammar at your own pace. I think this is really valuable for people who kind of want to immerse themselves more into the German language in various ways. And the program is also priced pretty well. So go to my website, expertlygerman.com, and click on 10-week program. Okay, so first we start with the news, and then I have an exercise for you regarding possessive pronouns, Possessivpronomen. Cool. Let's start with the news. Lufthansa zahlt deutsche Staatshilfen zurück. Lufthansa pays back German state aids. Durch einen Geschäftseinbruch während der Corona-Krise wurde die Fluggesellschaft Lufthansa von mehreren Staaten gerettet und das in Milliardenhöhe. Due to the business slump during the Corona crisis, the airline Lufthansa was rescued by several countries and that in the billions. Die deutschen Direkthilfen hat der Konzern nun zurückgezahlt. The group has now repaid the German direct aid. Nach eigenen Angaben nahm der Konzern 3,8 Milliarden Euro der Staatshilfen in Anspruch. According to its own information, the group took 3.8 billion euros in state aid. Der Wirtschaftsstabilisierungsfonds oder WSF baute seine Aktienbeteiligung am Unternehmen auf und ist mit 14% größter Anteilseigner der Lufthansa. The Economic Stabilization Fund is building up its stake in the company and is Lufthansa's largest shareholder with 14%. Die Aktienanteile sollen frühestens in 5 Monaten zurückgezahlt werden, spätestens aber bis Oktober 2023. The shares should be repaid in 5 months at the earliest and latest by October 2023. Lufthansa-Chef Carsten Spohr bedankte sich bei der Bundesregierung und den Steuerzahlern. Lufthansa-boss Carsten Spohr thanked the federal government and the taxpayers. Auch von anderen Staaten hatte Lufthansa noch Geld erhalten, dies sei aber noch nicht zurückgezahlt worden. Lufthansa had also received money from other countries, but this has not yet been repaid. Cool, this second topic, was die Industrie über ihre Emissionen weiß. Well, kind of like what the industry knows about their emissions. BMW hat sich das Ziel gesteckt, bis 2030 20% weniger CO2 bei der Herstellung von Autos anfallen zu lassen als 2019. So BMW has set itself the goal of producing 20% less CO2 in the production of cars by 2030 compared to 2019. Viele Unternehmen wollen weniger CO2 verursachen, meist weiß man aber gar nicht, bei welchem Schritt in der Herstellung der größte CO2-Ausstoß entsteht. Many companies want to generate less CO2, but usually don't even know which step will produce the biggest CO2 emissions. So, which step in the production. Der deutsche Softwarekonzern SAP hat gemeinsam mit mehreren Dienstleistern und Herstellern, darunter BMW, ein Netzwerk aufgebaut, um einen solchen Datenaustausch zu ermöglichen. The German software group SAP has set up a network together with several service providers and manufacturers, including BMW, to enable such data exchange. Wenn man in den Datenmodellen Nachhaltigkeitskriterien einbaut, bekommt der Kunde volle Transparenz über die gesamte Wertschöpfungskette. If sustainability criteria are built into the data model, the customer gets full transparency over the entire value chain. And the last news topic, CO2-Bilanz für jedes Produkt. CO2 Balance for every product. Auf der Klimakonferenz hat das Netzwerk Catena X genannt, gesagt, wie es funktionieren kann. At the climate conference, the network called Catena X showed how it can work. So kann man auf Knopfdruck den CO2-Ausstoß für die Herstellung eines bestimmten Teils ermitteln. So with this, you can determine the CO2 emissions for the production of a certain part at the push of a button. Greenpeace sagt, dass eine Transparenz in den Lieferketten ein kompletter Gamechanger im ganzen Klimaschutz wäre. Greenpeace says that the transparency in the supply chain would be a, well, exactly complete game changer in the whole climate protection. Greenpeace-Expertin Wohlgemuth sagt, dass zum Beispiel in der Textilindustrie, welche der drittgrößte Produzent von Treibhausgasen weltweit ist, ganze 85% dieser Treibhausgase in der Produktion anfallen. Okay, let me read the sentence again. Greenpeace-Expertin Wohlgemuth sagte, dass zum Beispiel in der Textilindustrie, welche der drittgrößte Produzent von Treibhausgasen weltweit ist, ganze 85% dieser Treibhausgase in der Produktion anfallen. So Greenpeace expert Wohlgemuth said that, for example, in the textile industry, which is the third largest producer of greenhouse gases in the world, 85% of these greenhouse gases are produced in the production. I hope that makes sense. Okay, und jetzt kommen wir zu der Übung. Now to the exercise. Die Übung ist zu dem Thema Possessivpronomen, possessive pronouns. So possessive pronouns would be something like yours, mine, ours, his, hers, and so on. Ja, auf Deutsch dein, mein, unser, euer, sein, and so on. Cool. So I'm telling you a sentence in English, and you have to tell me the sentence in German. I give you a break so that you can, think a little bit about it, and then I will tell you the answer sentence. And let me just count quickly. Yep, it's 5 sentences in total. Cool. Let's go. The first one is, this is her dog. Just a simple sentence. This is her dog. So first, you might ask yourself, how do I say this is in German? Well, the most common way would be das ist. And then the full sentence, this is her dog, would be das ist ihr Hund. Das ist ihr Hund. Ihr with an IHR. Das ist ihr Hund. Why? We have the nominative case here, because after is the verb to be, we have the nominative case, and then Hund is masculine, so das ist ihr Hund. Next one. This is our car. This is our car. And the answer is, das ist unser Auto. Das ist unser Auto. Again, the nominative case, because we have the verb to be here, ist, das ist unser Auto. And then Auto is neutral, so das Auto. And then unser just stays unser. No funny ending here that we need to add. Next one, we live in our house. Okay, well, yes, I know the sentence could be maybe a bit more, eloquent, but for the purpose of the exercise, let's just try to translate this one. We live in our house. And the answer would be, wir leben in unserem Haus. Wir leben in unserem Haus. So here we have the preposition in, which is a two-way preposition. And if it's about where to, wohin, then we have the accusative case. However, here it's where do we live in our house, so it's dative. And then das Haus is neutral, so unser gets the em at the end. It comes from the dem. Wir leben in einem oder in dem Haus. And then it's just the same logic for unser, unserem. So U-N-S-I-R-E-M. Wir leben in unserem Haus. So this is how the possessive pronouns work. They also get this ending from the articles to the end. You have to know the cases and the gender. Cool. I am sitting on your couch. I am sitting on your couch. So couch could be die Couch or das Sofa. So, and then the answer would be, ich sitze auf deiner Couch oder auf deinem Sofa. For you who thought that it is the you plural, so I'm sitting on your couch, like you guys, then it could also be, ich sitze auf eurer Couch oder auf eurem Sofa. So here we have the dative case because of the preposition auf. It's a two-way preposition. Same logic applies as in the previous sentence. And then the gender would be depending if it's die Couch feminine or das Sofa neutral. And the last sentence, the cat of our neighbors is sleeping. Again, the cat of our neighbors is sleeping. You could also say our neighbor's cat is sleeping. And the answer would be, die Katze unserer Nachbarn schläft. So here we have the genitive case. Die Katze unserer Nachbarn schläft. Und Nachbarn, the neighbors, would be plural. And Nachbarn would be plural. So, die Katze unserer Nachbarn schläft. Awesome. So this was the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. You can share the podcast on Instagram or wherever you want to share it, on Facebook. This really helps to grow the audience. The podcast has already a lot of listeners, and I want more people to benefit from this free podcast. If you are interested, I'm offering a 10-week program, and the next A1 program actually starts on the 16th of November. So if you're interested, send me a message or go to my website, and then you will see the 10-week program on there. Also, I have the links in the show notes below. I also offer one-on-one lessons if you want to have a more intense style of lesson. Anyway, I really thank you for listening and sharing the podcast. I wish you a great start in the week. Cheers and bis bald.